Hello, welcome to Mr. B's Ukulele channel. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy watching.
This is my re-release of my tutorial for Stand By Me, written of course by Benny King in 1961. This is not going to be a long tutorial, it's quite an easy song. It's level 2 in my levels, so it's not tricky at all. It's just got a bit of an interesting strumming pattern that we'll look at shortly. Beyond that, it's a very easy piece, so let's get straight into it. So we'll start with the chords. We've got a C chord, we've got an F chord, we've got an A minor and a G7. Now hopefully those chords are all familiar to us. The G7 might be new in terms of we might know the G but not the G7, so we'll just have a very quick look at those four chords right away. So starting on the C, should have our third finger on that third fret on the A string there at the bottom. Should sound like this. Then we use our first and second finger on the F, and they go there on the first and second fret. And then we go to the A minor, which is just that second finger. Now, if you haven't noticed this, hopefully this will help. The F and the A minor are actually very similar. They both use our second finger on the G string on the second fret there. If you have a look at the chord diagrams, you can see how similar they are. So it's really easy to go from the F to the A minor, or equally the A minor to the F, because you just have to move on and off that first finger there, and that second finger can stay where it is. And then we've got the G7. Just have a quick look at the G7 if you're not familiar with it. First finger there, second finger above, third finger below. Oh, I've put them together. So first finger there on the first fret, second finger above on the second fret, third finger below also on the second fret. So our first finger on the E string, second finger on the C string, third finger at the bottom on the A string there. It's like an inverted G, the shape of it. There's your G, and there's your G7. And you can just hear that seventh note in the chord there, giving it that extra rise at the in pitch. G again to G7. It's just got a subtle difference there, but it really does help with this song. Just gives it a nice little extra touch. So we've got our four chords, very simple there. Now let's look at the strumming pattern. Now the strumming pattern is really unusual in this one. It's got some slaps in it all the way through. So the strumming pattern is down, slap. And I'm slapping again on the top there, just beneath the fingerboard there, at the front of the ukulele. So down, slap, down, down, slap. Down, slap, down, down, slap. Down. I'm just doing that on a C chord. Down, slap, down, down, slap. Try that on an A minor. Second finger. Now try it on an F. Just add that first finger. Don't need to move anything. Just add that first finger. Now the G7. And back to the C. And that's the strumming pattern, and we've also just done the chord pattern that generally goes through the whole song. So that works really nicely. Quick tip there, you might have noticed when we went from the F to the G7, our first finger doesn't have to move, because our first finger stays on that first fret on the E string, and you just have to reposition your second and third fingers. So that's another thing to look out for. Always look for when you don't need to move fingers, and it just makes it really easy to then pivot from one chord to another. So the F to the G7 is a really nice transition there, as is the A minor to the F. So it's actually a really nice chord pattern. The C to the A minor to the F to the G7 just works so beautifully on the ukulele. So let's have a look at the introduction that starts the piece, and then I'll give you a demonstration of the first verse. So we start off with a C, we do that twice, then the A minor twice, then once on the F, once on the G7, and back to the C. Then we can sing, when the night has come, A minor, and the land is dark, F, and the moon, there we go, F there, is the G7, only light we'll see, for C. Stay on the C, No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I, A minor, won't be afraid. Just as F, long as U, G7, stand by C, me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, A minor, stand by me. Oh, F, stand. G7, stand by me. Back to the C, stand by me. And the song carries on much the same way. I'm just going to finish with a quick demo of the intro and the first verse again without me shouting out the chords as a distraction there, just so you can see how easily it all fits together. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me.